Africa holds 60% of the world's best solar resources, yet it receives 2% of the global clean energy investment. That gap between what this continent possesses and what the world has chosen to invest is not an accident, nor is it a matter of geography. It is a political and financial choice made repeatedly over decades. This is Africa's green paradox. Kenya offers the clearest window into what this paradox looks like in practice. By 2023, nearly 90% of Kenya's electricity came from clean resources: geothermal, hydro, wind, and solar. Electricity access expanded from 37% of the population in 2013 to 79% a decade later. By every conventional measure of renewable energy generation, Kenya is an African and global leader. Yet, 69% of Kenyan households still cook on firewood, charcoal, or kerosene. The transition reached the grid, however, it did not reach the kitchen, it did not reach the village, and neither did it reach the most vulnerable household. And in that gap lies the essential story of this continent's energy's future. The people who pay the price are not presidents or policymakers. They are women, girls, persons with disabilities, and the vulnerable in the society, and it gets worse if the community is in an ASAL area. According to the International Energy Agency, women and girls across sub-Saharan Africa spend an average of 4 hours every day gathering fuel and cooking over open fires. For 4 hours, they are not in school, not at work, nor resting. 4 hours extracted daily by a policy failure. The health consequences are devastating. 815,000 people die prematurely every year in Africa from household air pollution caused by dirty cooking fuels. The African Development Bank puts the toll at 600,000 lives annually. Women and children face the greatest exposure. This is a crisis hiding inside a continent the world calls an energy success story. The IPCC's 6th assessment report documents why this gap persists. The costs of capital for clean energy projects in Africa is up to 7 times higher than in the United States and Europe. The same solar plant, the same technology, the same megawatts costs 2 to 3 times more to finance in Africa than anywhere else in the world. A clear indication of a system designed to price the African renewable energy ambition out of reach. Meanwhile, the UNEP Emissions Gap Report of 2023 finds that national pledges made under the Paris Agreement put the world on track for 2.5 to 2.9 degrees of warming this century, a trajectory that will devastate the continent, contributing just 4% of global emissions. But Africa is not waiting. According to the African Development Bank's Desert for Power initiative, it is turning the Sahel into a solar energy zone, targeting 10 gigawatts of generation for 250 million people. Of the $2.2 billion pledged at the 2024 Paris Clean Cooking Summit, less than a quarter has been disbursed. The continent needs 80 million people gaining access to clean cooking energy every year to meet its own targets. Current pace delivers a fraction of that. The solutions are known, the financing need is quantified, and the models exist. What Africa's green paradox demands is that the world stop treating Africa's clean energy future as a charity project and start treating it as what it is: the most consequential investment opportunity of the 21st century. With this realization, Square One Eco Africa is developing the Taarifa Eco App as a people-centered resilience platform designed for communities where climate shocks, energy poverty, and limited access to timely information continues to shape everyday life. The GAP focuses on vulnerable households by connecting climate early warning systems, adaptive livelihood guidance, and community resilience, financing directly to the people most affected by drought, food insecurity, water stress, and energy challenges. Through accessible mobile technology and community-based platforms, Taarifa Eco is designed to support informed decision-making at the household and community level, helping communities prepare, adapt, and strengthen long-term resilience in the face of a changing climate. The potential is here. It has always been here. The question is whether the world has the courage to act as if it matters.